Now, this does not mean that we do not have good women. It just means that at the end of the day, culture is important, you know. And as women, we do understand that we need to be supportive, understanding, loving, and caring towards our husbands.
And to my brothers out there, I say this, man. Women are not hearing it. It's going to be like that everywhere. You know, you come to the Philippines, women don't believe in 50-50. You go to DR, Brazil, all these places, the women don't want to be 50-50 with you. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to More to Life. Now, before I get into this video, I just ask that you please like, comment, and subscribe, and be sure to click the notification bell to ensure that you get all my videos as soon as I release them. Now, I got a good one for you guys today. This video is a woman, and she says, I seen her on TikTok. She said, to all African American men looking for an African wife. And she explains in great detail. She knows about everything that's happening right now in the West. And I think this needed to be said because it wasn't an insult to black men. It was something that needs to be addressed. It really does. So let me hop right into it.
To all African American men that asked whether or not they can find themselves good wives in Africa, you know, yes, 100% you can find yourselves good wives in Africa. I'm sure you can find yourself a good wife anywhere in the world. But if you're moving to Africa, 100%, I can tell you now that Africa has of the most beautiful women, of the most kindest, understanding women, 100%. But here's a tip, right? When you do come to South Africa or you come to Africa, the 50-50 thing that you guys do that side, ne? Leave it there.
So she said the 50-50 thing that you guys do on that side, leave it there. Now, I understand what she's saying, right? In the U.S., things are a lot more. So, even if it's not 50-50, right? A guy may want 60-40, 70-30, but most guys are used to 50-50. And what makes it like that, what makes guys like that, is so many women are getting the bag. You know, women have talked about being independent so long that a lot of guys, especially in the African American community, you know, are used to women doing half. I was even used to it back in the days. I was used to it, and until I got older, I realized when I hit my 30s, I just realized, you know what, when I got into my mid 30s, I started realizing, you know, I need to really take care of a woman. 50-50 is not enough. You know, that's why Kevin Samuels would always ask the woman on the show, you know, how much of the weight do you want to carry? You'd always say that to women after you get pregnant, right? Because number one, a man should want to do all of those things. And I'll be honest with you, I'm guilty of it myself, and a lot of guys are. But these women aren't hearing it. Let's continue.
Leave it there. Please understand that the feminist movement, our ability to participate in it is very limited due to our traditions and our culture, you know. So culture and tradition.
See what she said? The feminist movement is not here due to our cultures and traditions. And you know, it's funny, even the feminist movement does make it into a lot of these countries, right? But it doesn't have the same impact because the women in these other countries are traditional, like where I am, right? The feminist movement is definitely in full effect in the Philippines and also in Thailand, everywhere. It just doesn't have the same impact as it does in the West because women are completely brainwashed by the feminist movement and what it promotes. It promotes women being free, so of course women want to be free. Women want to be able to do what they want to do, be with as many guys as they want to be with, not be judged by it, and that's what it's created. But as she said right here, it's not there. Let's continue.
Supersede any participation in any movement, the feminist movement being one of it. So it's probably not a bad idea to leave that 50-50 in the States because, yeah, no. You'll also see that there's a video that I did of a gentleman that had asked whether or not Africans like African American men. And if you go to the post, you will read that a lot of women said no due to the fact that they do not want to do 50-50.
So African women are already saying they don't want to date African men because they don't want to do 50-50. See, but you know what's crazy? Not all African American men are going to say they want to do 50-50, but they're already scared to deal with the guys because they're automatically assuming. And that's what happens. You know, especially that's going to happen with a woman, right? Men, and I'm not trying to play women here. I know a lot of women we watch and say, no, that's not what we're getting at, but what I'm saying is right. Men think more logically. You know, we're going to say, okay, you know, get in this situation. We're the types to actually get into it. We handle danger a little more better than women. So we'll get into it and then kind of pull ourselves out if we have to. I know I've done it before. A lot of guys can't, but I've done it. But still, men will usually take more chances, will take more risks than a woman. You know, women usually, they get in a relationship with you, they have to find out everything about you. And that's even probably the same in these other cultures. You know, women want to know about you. Women want to know, you know, your social media. They want to know. Everywhere they want to know. That's not going to change no matter where you are. So, as she said, these women are looking on social media. They're looking at videos, right? They're seeing the videos I'm making right now. They're seeing the videos other guys are making. And of course, we're not talking about 50-50. There's a lot of guys that's speaking against 50-50, but that make videos. But still, I understand what she's saying. It would be great if women didn't just look at those videos and automatically assume that all African American men are going to be like that. And to my brothers out there, I say this, man. Women are not hearing it. It's going to be like that everywhere. You know, you come to the Philippines, women don't believe in 50-50. You go to DR, Brazil, all these places, the women don't want to be 50-50 with you. Now, women do have jobs, but, you know, and I wouldn't want it anyway. That's just me. I wouldn't want a woman to go 50-50 with me. You know, when women are working outside of the home, that's when divisions are allowed into your home, with a woman being on her own outside. And it's not about control. It's not about control. But that's where fighting and division comes in. And a lot of times, divorces and also broken relationships and marriage happens over money, right? But the only thing in the West, what happens in the West, is that woman will want to work. That woman will make 70, 80,000, probably more than the man, you know, or just as much as the man, and still want his money and want to save their money. That's what she's not realizing. But still, I say that to the women that be watching, that be African from these other cultures. That's what's happening in the West. So guys are more saying, they're saying 50-50 more because a woman will work 40 hours, right? Not part-time. A woman will work 40 hours a week, and they want you to pay off their bills, and they want you to pay most of the bills, and them just spend their money. Guys don't want to sign up for that. Guys don't mind signing up for a woman working a part-time job, but she's still at home. And of course, a guy won't mind paying the bills. I don't want to get too deep into it more, but let me continue with this video and see what she's saying here.
Now, this does not mean that we do not have good women. It just means that at the end of the day, culture is important, you know. And as women, we do understand that we need to be supportive, understanding, loving, and caring towards our husbands, you know, and we will do that. We also understand that we need to work together towards a common goal, which is to make the marriage work. And we will work, and we will help, and we will support. But the 50-50 thing is not a prerequisite for the relationship. I'm just letting you know. And if there's an African man or a man that tells you that we do 50-50 in Africa, unamanga, they are lying to you. Do not listen to them. I'm telling you now, they are lying to you. And I'm sure there's a lot of women that can back me on this. The 50-50 thing, it's not an African thing. Tradition will always supersede everything else. I'm just letting you all know. I'm just, you know, you guys asked me for advice. I'm giving you advice. This is a tip from me to you so that you can come and you can get yourself good wives. Now, I wouldn't want you to miss out on an opportunity to meet a good wife just because now you have asked her to split the tip or split the bill for a date that you asked her on. Now she needs to pay for her food.
I think she got a little bit confused because guys are not looking to do that. Like, guys are not saying split the tip or split the bill. if a guy's doing that, if an African American man is going to different countries and doing that, it's just crazy. But what she doesn't understand is the difference between the here and there is night and day. Guys are coming out there excited. They meet a feminine woman, right? So with her, she's pretty decent with a pretty face and speaking and acting feminine. And the difference between cost there and from U.S. and Africa, it's night and day. So guys are coming out there. They're not talking about splitting tips. You know, like for instance, I was talking in a live stream, and I was explaining how a meal here is $10, $20. You know, and I was speaking with Austin Halloran. He said a meal there is $10, and then it's like that. And even a very expensive meal you can get in these countries for $50, $60. And I'm talking about, you know, top of the line, Wolfgang Steakhouse type stuff. You know, that's still going to be a little bit up there, but it's still not like in the U.S. where you're paying $200, $500 to $1,000. But still, I get what she's saying. I think with the end parts to split the tip, that's just crazy. If a guy goes to another country and split the tip, you usually need to stay in America. It's just crazy. But anyway, let me finish the video off and see what she's saying.
No, guys, no. No. No, don't do that. You know, you might just miss out on a really good wife. So don't say that Samantha didn't tell me. I did. I'm telling y'all now. Do not ask an African woman for 50-50. And if any other African man or men have told you that, it's a lie.
But guys, that's it. I think this is a great point. I think this is a good video. I wanted to react to this because I seen it and I said, yeah, she's right. Guys can't go in these other countries saying 50-50 mentality. You know, I don't think many of you guys would be doing that. And I'm sure some guys would do that, but I'm just saying don't do it. You know, I hope a lot of guys watch this video because you do that, you're just leaving a bad taste in this woman's mouth abroad. And that's going to leave a bad taste. As you said already, these women already believe what they're seeing on social media. They're going, okay, on social media, I see that guys are asking for 50-50 relationships already. So that's leaving a bad taste in their mouth. And she's saying women won't date guys. That's not happening in other places. But I don't know if that's happening in all of Africa. It may be happening where she's from. I don't know where she's from. Her name is Samantha Jansen. I'm going to take a look at her other videos and see where she's from, you know, see more about her culture. But I don't think this is happening everywhere. And, you know, I don't think women in all of Africa are saying, oh, black men want 50-50 relationships. But I get her point. I get her point. If guys go out there doing it especially, it's going to be worse. Because they're already judging already. But guys, thanks for watching the video. And as you see here, around the world, there's always going to be a little bit of hypergamy. So you still have to be on your game no matter what. You know, just because you're going to another country, you know, doesn't mean things are going to get easier. You know, guys have to have charisma. Guys have to have money because they can't be going 50-50. No more 50-50 when you leave, right? If you want femininity, you can't do 50-50. But all that being said, thanks for watching. I don't know what's going on in the West. I don't know what's going on with women in these other cultures with all this masculinity, but it's definitely more to life than that. See you next video.